Hi, Paige here with m.a.b.e.l, and I'm here at NextFab today because it is always gray in Philadelphia this winter. Anyways, I'm here to talk to you about the Indigo dye trip that we took with our Japan craft tour this past November. We went to Watanabe's, which is an indigo dye farm and dye house. It's located in Tokushima, which is, we took a van to get there. It took us about 2 hours, 45 minutes or so to get there. And while we were there, we learned about their farming practices. We learned how they make the tsukumo, which is sort of the fermented dry stuff that creates the indigo dye, and then we actually did some dyeing. So I have some examples and you'll see them later on in the video. But to start out with, you'll see that this is the shirt that I'm wearing in the video. This was the shirt that I had dyed when we went on our test trip in April. So April is the end of their indigo season, and so the dye baths were a little bit weaker at that point. This was dunked 2 times in the bath, and you can see it's a really lovely shade of blue. I really, really like this color. But then when we went back in November, which the dye baths were brand new because they had harvested and the fermented tsukumo were ready to be used, this is what 3 dunks gets you at the beginning of their season. So it's a much richer blue, and I was really, really pleased with that. Love the blue. You'll also see in the video that we did some bandanas. Dante, who I believe he's going to be there a few years, led us through the process and showed us some different varieties of bandanas we could do. I chose to do the mame-maki, where I had 2 or 3 beans, and I would put the beans in the fabric and then with the rubber band sort of bind it together. I chose to put mame on both sides, so you can see how I've got some really light imprints. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will be going back to Watanabe's in our Japan craft tour this November of 2024. Even have some potentially different projects in store. But this was so much fun. We learned so much, and it's just really heartwarming to see the effort and the heartfeltness that Watanabe-san and his staff put into their entire operations. Thank you for watching. So we're here at Watanabe's. It's our first rainy day in Japan today, but we are at Watanabe's and we're going to have an indigo dye experience. We're dyeing t-shirts and bandanas, and I'm here with the goat. Come here, goat. Come here, goat. Come here. So this was the goat that the farm had got to eat the weeds around the indigo, but it turns out he likes the indigo better. So now he's a pet. Super nice goat. Yes, you are. Super nice. Anyways, we'll go inside and we'll take some shots of everybody learning about indigo, and you'll see the process happen.
Oxidized, it creates a natural mordant binder on itself. Yes. So the oxygen with the indigo bacteria is what actually creates this color. The indigo vats themselves are actually kind of more of a muddy greenish reddish hue. Mm-hmm. And your fabric, you will see today when you almost immediately take it out, it'll have a greenish tone. Mm-hmm. However, once we start oxidizing, it'll start creating this magic. So there's like the art of indigo is because there's kind of a threshold for fabric of how long it can dye before it has to be oxidized. Mm-hmm. And to understand this balance, it's kind of a dance each day. And on top of that, you will notice today, we see with our hands. The top layer of the indigo vats is actually being oxidized, right? Because it's hitting oxygen.
Yeah.
So it looks more this color. It looks very darkish purple indigo. So you can't actually see what's going on versus other natural dyes where it's a little more transparent and you can kind of really see and notice all the kind of textures and everything.
One of the goals at Watanabe's is to recreate Edo blue, that famous Japan blue. And in order to do that, every day they take samples of the different dye vats with different fabric swatches, and they put them in these notebooks and maintain meticulous records.
This is what you'll have to kind of conceptualize a little bit. When we fold, this is what starts the repeat.
Yep.
So how much we fold will change how much it repeats. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So in your head, kind of identify
I mean, how close the
how
stripes are.
much of a width. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So although it's going to be straight lines, if they're slightly off, you'll see the repeat, right?
Yeah.
Some of our group decided to do stripes, and Dante explained how to do this with popsicle stick resists.
Taking 1, 2, as many as you'd like, securing it, and then wrapping the rubber band.
Okay.
I just would like to show you a couple observations.
And some of us decided to do spots, which required securing 2 to 3 beans with rubber bands in the folds of the fabric.
Enter the vat.
Yeah.
Yep, like so, yep. Once it's fully in, start from one end and squeeze.
Yeah.
Release all the bubbles.
Yeah.
That's why I'm using 2.
Once it's fully squeezed, then let's begin opening it.
Okay.
And the thing I like to look at for mame shibori is wherever it's tied,
Yeah.
underneath
Yeah.
kind of
Massage it?
a little bit,
Okay.
yeah.
So the
just
fact that I
creates-
did it on both sides makes this.
Yeah, you're really gonna be seeing with your hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, once it hits 38 and a half,
Yep.
let's go ahead and slowly remove, a minute and a half, right?
Okay.
We'll just remove, slowly squeeze out the excess
Okay.
above the vat and then oxidize.
Okay. For the oxidization, I needed to squeeze the indigo dye out and then open up as much of the fabric to the air as possible. And then back
There
in?
you go. No, and
No.
so now we're just gonna wanna open it.
Okay.
Slowly give it some tension. However, too much tension, the rubber bands might
pop off, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Let it breathe. As you can see,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a camouflagey tone
Yeah,
to it all.
yeah.
So once it gets an even turquoise hue,
Okay.
we'll go back in
Okay.
and do another minute and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Did you want gloves?
No.
No, okay, great. Love to hear that. For you.
After the first round of oxidation, about a minute and a half, I then rolled the bandana back up and put it back into the dye bath for about another minute and a half. Watanabe's gives you the option to wear gloves when you're doing the dyeing. If you choose not to, the indigo wears off in about 3 to 4 days. I am trying to get the rubber bands off the bandana, and I wound them up really tight. So, oh my gosh, but I love that.
Ooh.
And Dante told us to, like, when the rubber band is on the front side, it's or when you put the bean up from underneath versus from top down, the glue comes out differently. So, because the bean itself acts as a resist.
I did a good job, right?
Great. Okay.
Maybe we cut them.
Okay.
I wrapped them very tight.
Oh, boy.
So I don't need to oxidize it after the third dip, I just hold the same bar.
Ah, so slow. Yeah,
Give it about.
I think I did too good a job here.
Go ahead and walk over.
That's why. Oh, now we only need to do one side. That.
So the one side of the
Yeah, one side is fine. Ooh, one side.
That's all.
Wow, look how beautiful. Ah, come. It's stuck.
Okay.
Ah, almost.
There we go.
Yeah. Look at that. Open it up.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes. Hey. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Okay. Inside
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
So everybody's slowly finishing up. You can see our bandanas here. And the t-shirts are coming out here. This was so much fun. Everybody's doing so great. Jennifer actually brought a dress. And I love sort of that like Atlantic Ocean blue of that third. That's really pretty. Yay! Thanks for watching. This is a new channel for us, so please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And if you hit the bell, you'll get notified when we have new videos. Thanks for watching.